Welcome to Love on the Mic with Chantel Soleil and
And Big GK Supreme, man. How y'all doing? You never really understand how much you have to work until you get into a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You never understand how many skeletons in the closet, how many traumas or triggers or past traumas you done pushed down into the deep sediment of your soul or into your psyche until you get into something completely healthy, and then you know your person ain't poking at you, but they say something and it's like, that bothers me. Why does that bother me? You gotta go do some digging. You gotta do some soul searching. And we gotta be okay with, and that's another thing, is like, we say we want to meet our soulmate or our twin flame, but that person is gonna challenge you naturally, and it's not even on the, oh, I think you should change this. No, they're gonna treat you a certain way, and it's gonna stir up some feelings. You're like, where is this coming from? Yeah, because there's things you haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we don't even know we had to deal with until we were knee deep in a relationship. Like, wow, wow, you teach me that every day. Like, we'll be doing something, and you be like, babe, I don't necessarily think that it's healthy that you do this. I'm like, I didn't even realize I was doing that consciously. You know, so it's just rolling with the punches and understanding that your person is there to help better you.
Yeah, better you.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's too, like you were saying, to be able to trust your partner, to know that what they're saying isn't intentionally. Like, as a partner, you also shouldn't load up what you're saying. Like, if you saying something, just say it. Or if you're trying to say something, just say what you're trying to say. Why are you being sneaky? Why are you trying to sneak? Like, don't sneak it. Like, don't just say just say. We grown, and I feel like that too. Like, me and you have experienced that so much that we're kind of tired. Like, it takes energy to be petty. It takes energy to just be mean. It's so much easier. And people think it's the relationship, like, sweetie, baby, do you want this? And but that feels so much better than just being passive aggressive or just being like petty. Like, but like you saying, it takes the person who's initiating that conversation to actually not have anything behind that. So your partner can be able to receive it. Where if you are saying something, it could very well be true, but like, if you got something extra behind it, now your partner, you know, they just kind of like mess up the whole trust, and it messes up the whole communication. But yeah, and I think people look at us and they just think, oh, like, nah, we work on this. Like, we work on our relationship.
Diligently, like.
It's very much a conscious thing.
Yeah, because like we were talking about, I believe it was yesterday, how your brain, like, I be at work and your brain will bring up like some of the most random, embarrassing thoughts, and it's like, where is this coming from? That's kind of what your person should be doing. Like, randomly, as y'all are moving, grooving through life, going through life, they should kick up dust and see a sore, like, this needs to, or a mess, and like, oh, this needs to be tended to. This needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, if your person isn't doing that, what are they really there for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like your person should be helping you, should be bettering you. And, you know, people, I have people all the time like, well, how do I know if that's my person or not? Are they trying to change you for them? Or are they trying to better you because they understand who you are and what you want to be, and they're pushing you towards that?
Yeah.
If your person is pushing you towards who you want to be, absolutely stick with that person.
Yeah, for sure.
And as long as there's care behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not like manipulation.
Yeah, like, because you can see who this person wants to be and be a dick about it. A dick about how you help groom them. Why are you handling your person like that?
Yeah.
Then it also comes to, do you really like your person?
Right. Do you like them? Like, I really like you. Like,
you
I like you. Like, some people just
up,
don't
down, left,
like
right. I enjoy you as a person. So it's not like I want to change you to be somebody I seen on Instagram or my ex that. No, I chose you because I like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing loaded behind it. And I feel like that's somebody else. They're like, oh, this person is the closest to who I never got to really be with, and they trying to change that person to how they think that person is.
Mm-hmm.
When 100% of the time, you don't even know who that person is.
Yeah.
You have to
Gotta
talk.
talk.
Candidly, even when it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Not when you're mad, emotional, but even when it hurts. Like, even when it hurts you to tell your person, like, hey, I don't even know how I feel about my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing them to you because I feel a way. And I don't want you to feel a way because you can tell that something is wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get there.
Yeah. And I appreciate that we're big on that, because as me, as of a person who not so much overly needs like reassurance, but like I'm an empath. If it's tension, I'm gonna feel it. If something's off, I'm gonna feel it. And instead of being like, I'm fine, it's whatever, I'm good, or just like ghosting me, or just being silent for hours, or just going days and weeks, you trying to figure it out. Like we allow each other in. So it's like, hey, I'm dealing with this, and even someone is up like, yo, this is one of those days for me. I'm feeling like, blah, blah, blah. And it's not so much I'm trauma dumping on you, but I'm allowing you into my space. So now it's not like, what's going on with her? Why he acting like that? It's like,
she just get like that.
Yeah, like you're helping me through a life experience, and that's really what's appreciated. It's like that's where the term life partner come in, and I feel like a lot of people have partners, but it's like a life partner is someone who actually cares about your life, about your well-being, about your mental, like, because my mental ultimately affects my life, my health ultimately affects my life. So it's like, yeah, that's one thing I really, really, really appreciate. Like, whether it's good, bad, ugly, embarrassing, like whatever, like we talk about it. Like we talk about everything. And I feel like a lot of people who like try to give us advice, like, you guys, we talk about everything, and not like in a gossipy, like in a deep, knowing each other. Like we talk about everything.
And I feel like it's big to know your person's trauma responses. Recently, I've even come to understand my own trauma responses. Like one of my big trauma responses, and she knows this, is that if I get flustered or I got too much going on in my brain, I clean. I go wash dishes. I pick up stuff around the house, and it's not because I'm triggered and I clean and I'm slamming dishes because I'm mad. It's like that's the way my brain works to unpack where I'm at. I talk myself through by doing these tasks. I can unpack and really understand like why I'm upset, why I'm mad. Is what I deem being mad at worth really me being mad about? Or should I stop what I'm doing and go talk to her about it? Like, I get to kind of iron my own patches out, so when I do bring it to her, it's a well thought out idea, and it's just not a loaded punch like, well, you did this and this and that. No, it's all right, so here's where I'm at. Help me understand what you meant by whether it was argument or disagreement, or whether it was something that was really, really small that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I have to realize where that trigger is coming from. You know what I'm saying? But, I feel like knowing your person's trauma responses helps, because you can see, all right, they're doing this. So what did I do in the last hour that may have sent my person over the edge, or like brought up something or agitated them? It's like really learning your person, really learning who you in a relationship with, and knowing that each day is not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
But you gotta treat each situation with care.
Yeah.
Not here she go again, or here he goes again. No, like, are you pushing this person to respond like this? Like, because if that's the case, shouldn't you try to do better as a partner?
Yeah.
If you keep triggering your person, like, don't you think that means you got some stuff to work on too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's understanding that, so the checks and balances are there. Because if I see you If I see you do your trauma responses a lot, that means I got to do some work.
Yeah. but like I said, it's twofold because I really don't want the theme to be, oh, you triggered me, and that's just like a pass. That's not a pass. A lot of people use that as a pass, like, oh, you triggered me, and they'll use that as like an emotional abuse. Yeah. Like I said before, yes, you're triggered, but if you keep responding the same way, are you doing the work? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I feel what you're saying. Sides. Like, it's definitely on both sides. So it's always gonna be twofold. Yeah,
absolutely.
So this last thing, wrapping it up, I feel like it's hard to give relationship advice because, like you said, it's based on like the individual person. It's based on what that person actually needs. So one major piece of advice I would give, even though it's hard, giving advice is never compare your relationship to other relationships, because just like people are unique and every person is their own unique person. Imagine two unique people in a relationship. That makes that a unique relationship. So it's like that with every, you know what I'm saying? What our household may look like, it may not look like someone else's household. And that don't mean we better. That don't mean they better. I feel like that's like really important too, because a lot of people will idolize these relationships or idolize just being or even idolize their parents, what they saw growing up. And that don't necessarily mean that's what works for you.
It's about, first off, it's about knowing yourself, right? So when you know yourself, you can understand how to help somebody. Like, for instance, like, I know, how do I say this? It's like, by knowing yourself, you know what you'll put up with. You'll know what you won't stand for. You know what you will stand for. And that has to be the basis of the relationship, because things can get swung in a way where you asking other people for advice, and why would that help? That they're not your therapist. They don't know both of you. They only know you and what you tell them. So you have to trust yourself to know that, all right, boom, I know I can be a hard pill to swallow sometimes. So instead of asking somebody for advice, why don't I talk to my person and ask them, hey, when we get to a certain point, is there anything that I can do better? Is there anything you think I mishandle? Or, you know what I'm saying? And in learning yourself that way, you don't have to ask anybody for advice. Because why would you ask somebody else for advice on your person instead of asking them when they're the person that you have to deal with, not the person you just asked the advice from?
Right. Going back to open communication. Well, that's all for the first episode of Love on the Mic. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe to our channel, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.